Daniel 9:25. Know and therefore and discern that from the going out of the commandment to restore and build Jerusalem to the anointed one, the prince, will be 7 weeks and 62 weeks. It will be built again with street and moat, even in troubled time. Now, 7 and 62 weeks doesn't seem like it's too long. 69 weeks, about a little over a year and a quarter. I promise you it's actually a lot longer than we think. Daniel is referring to a decree that would start the rebuilding of Jerusalem. There were many decrees issued at this time, but the most common one was associated in this verse is the decree from Artaxerxes the First in 445 or 444 BC. And this allowed Nehemiah to return to Jerusalem to rebuild the city. This prophecy from Daniel predicts the coming of Jesus, showing an actual timeline of his arrival. Now, the weeks that the verse mentioned aren't our normal 7-day weeks. These are understood to be weeks of years. So a week in this context would represent 7 years. Well, 7 weeks plus 62 weeks totals 483 years. And this would put us approximately at AD 38 and 39, aligning with the approximate timeline of Jesus' death and crucifixion. A lot of people will speculate, or I believe it's more concrete, that Jesus' birth and death were AD 30 to AD 33, but I took the kind of the general closeness of it. Jerusalem will be rebuilt in this timeline. And the streets and the moats tell us that this is going to be a complete restoration, not just trying to rebuild the temple or get the public works up in line for defense. To Ezra and Nehemiah will show us how difficult it was to rebuild Jerusalem, for they faced conflict inside the city from outside threats. And this pointed out to me how divine of a timetable God is. Daniel took place in, well, as we see, about 445 BC. So, and like I said, Jesus' ministry came about 3080. So there's closeness here, and I'm sure there's probably approximations on it all too, but to even have that close of a time frame, that's no coincidence. So, and I looked at it from the perspective of just recognizing that God's time is just not like ours. It's not. God's time is not a 24-hour day, 7-day week, 365 or 66 days a year calendar. 2 Peter 3:8 reminded me that one day with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. So if that's the case, our one day is just a blip on the radar. So, but ain't no time like the present. Go learn more about what I'm talking about here, because I'm rambling at this point. In Curious About Christmas, Part 8, God's Divine Timetable. Leave a like and a comment on the blog itself too, but leave a like and a comment wherever you're at. TikTok, check the link in the bio. YouTube, check the link in the description below. I'll be back tomorrow with Part 9 of Curious About Christmas. And until then, stay